Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 17. Hey, we finally got one. Week 1, day 1. So this is our first campaign in 21 days, really the longest we've ever had between campaigns, but we finally have one, of course. Also, why on earth are all these things collapsing on each other? That doesn't look aligned. But, of course, we have our standard pretty much automatically get done tasks that we need to go do, and we get a bunch of rewards along the way, as well as a bunch of different extra stats while we go and progress. No magic this time? No magic? No magic. I didn't even notice that till literally just now. No magic this whole season. We get 25 HP, 9 attack, and 10 armor. That's annoying. And also very low armor, so we don't even get like Rowan boost ratio. That's a really weird array of stats. But yeah, we get no magic. I think, yeah, this is definitely the first season that we've had literally no magic gain. I think we had like one that was like a 2 magic gain. Most of them were 4. Obviously, we had some 6s. I think one was even 8, which was really nice. However, never a 0. Wow, that's low. But, that's unfortunate. We get 5 this week, though. Anyways, aside from that, as far as rewards, I believe on the 3rd section, we get this hammer. We get to choose one of 2 things. Most of them relates as mechanic or one or the other. We have 2 new gem types that are from this season. Blue lightning gems and yellow lightning gems. Yellow lightning gems are vertical destroy when you end up taking them. So up and down. And the blue ones are horizontal, as in right to left. So, yeah, they're okay. They're not like exceedingly good. They're not exceedingly bad. Really just depends on what kind of options we get for them. Creating 8 is a okay number. Ideally we'd want a little bit more than that, like closer to 10, if not 11 or so. But if a board's set up correctly, you can make 8 work. And the fact that it has 2 different choices, either blue or yellow, makes it kind of good. Biggest issue with this weapon, even though it does get a bunch of destroy from it, it does itself not use blue or yellow. This weapon would be a lot more interesting if it was a blue-yellow weapon that did this, rather than a red-green. But, I don't know, it might still find its way into some team eventually. And also, we have ourselves the Mythic all the way at the end. And I guess the Tarot card, but the Tarot card's not really too relevant, as it normally isn't. But we do have this new Mythic all the way at the end. It reminds me a lot of Ketris the Bull when I read it earlier. It deals a bunch of damage to the first 2 enemies, boosted by its attack, life, and armor. So it is effectively doing the same damage output as Ketris the Bull, except it only hits 2 enemies instead of 3. Ketris the Bull applies its damage to 100% to 1 and 50% to 2. Whereas this applies its damage to 100% to 2. So the same total amount of damage, but distributed to 2 units at 100% rather than 3 units at 100% and 2 50%. But same boost ratio. And then, actually, is it the same boost ratio? Wait, is Ketris 2 to 1 or 1 to... Wait. Let me double check. Because now that I think about it, Ketris might actually be more damage. Oh, never mind. Ketris actually is more damage. Ketris is 2 to 1. Oh, wait. This one's actually not that good then. So it's less overall damage than Ketris. And Ketris was already lagging behind. Oh, never mind. That's not good. I was gonna say, that's a 2 to 1, not a 3 to 1. This one's a 3 to 1, but the other one's a 2 to 1, so this one's way worse. And then explodes all lightning gems, which normally wouldn't be that good, but he does create 2 yellow lightning gems when his turn begins. So he will have something to go explode there. Though once again, why do none of them use the color? It's creating 2 yellow gems, but uses blue, red, and green, which are distinctly not yellow. That's just weird. But, yeah, he's basically just weaker Ketris the Bull, but with mana accumulation capability and extra turn potential. But otherwise, it's just weaker Ketris the Bull. He doesn't have as good of a boost ratio. I really wish they would have made him a 2 to 1, so we actually had some use case then. But yeah, this one's actually kind of bad then. Unless we get some kind of really good lightning gem mechanic to kind of synergize with it. But even then, he only uses blue, not yellow. A little bit weird that he does the yellow one. So you would need like another synergy troop to kind of put it together. But yeah, he's probably not going to get used. Ketris the Bull is already very situational and almost unusable in the current state of the game. And he's worse than that technically, though he does have extra turn follow-up, but very low extra turn follow-up. But anyways, that's the things that we have there. Plus all the deep books and everything else along the way. Anyways, so where should we start? I guess we'll start with the raid event. We do have a raid event this week. We actually have 2 raid troops to use for it, though do keep in mind you have to use Kit and Sly in order to get double points. It also has double magic, so it is a stronger one of the 2. However, we do technically have a second one. We have the Sable Spirit Bane. It's not as good because it won't have double magic, but it is an alternative, and you can use as a meat shield and the such. But, of course, we do have access to, of all things, Stellarix, oddly enough. So, you know what we're doing. Is that even in question? we're gonna run Stellarex into every single battle and hope we could just quick kill with it. I almost feel like putting it into first slot. Actually, I should just put it right there for now. Yeah, that's gonna be the game plan. Just feed directly into it and hope it goes well. I know I even actually need that banner for these earlier fights. I could just actually go straight into yellow-purple there. And go like, honestly, just yellow-purple. Don't even need a minus. Give me that. Get the book up immediately. Feed the blue and green into that. Instantly get to full mana. And go from there. That's the game plan. Alright, let's roll with that. That is the entire strategy right now. Stella! Let's see. We'll take that one over. And as match. And just rinse and repeat until this strategy stops working. And it shouldn't stop working anytime soon. Also, hello everyone, by the way. I didn't even say hellos. Oh, do I need that? I might need that. We'll go check it after we do raids, though. But anyways, let me start from the top. Hello, everyone! Hope you guys have been having a wonderful week. Also, I forgot to mention in the video. Don't forget, the new Mythic's still available in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests for the rest of the week. I just realized. I didn't even notice that till just now. The lightning bolt is horizontal, so you know which way it's going. I didn't even think about that because I was mostly looking at the yellow ones, which are, you know, vertical and how a lightning bolt normally would be. But that's kind of funny. The blue lightning bolts are actually in the direction that they destroy in to make it a lot more obvious which way to destroy. I actually like that. Because I feel like with the elemental stars and the such, it's a little bit harder to kind of tell. But with that, it is very obvious what way that's going to destroy. But anyways, hello Bill, hello Isabel, hello Jonian, hello Supernova, hello Chad, hello Solitary, hello Ricardo, hello Clipbomb, hello Frank, hello Michael, hello Lester, hello Supernova, hello Michael, hello just reading through chat. Hello Logic Slayer, hello yeah, hello Minnie. Hello, hello, Genki. Anyone else? Hello, hello, Ricardo. Hello, Australian. Hello, Miss Insane Witch. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Draco. Hello, let me just double check on chat. Let's see. Guess you won't be buying the campaign. Honestly, they're kind of weak this time around. They are pretty weak this time around for the campaign pass. We'll still be getting it all. But, yeah, they are towards the weaker side this time. But you still get the deed books and everything else along the way. Hello, Cookie. Hello, hello, Tyrion. Hello, Eric. Hello, Outlander. Hello, Cookie. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And hello, everyone who didn't say hello. Okay, anyways. And hello, everyone watching after the fact. Alright, let's go do some things. So, game plans for tonight. We are going to be doing, obviously, raids. We'll do that until we run out of sigils. We're going to be doing some PvP. Though, keyword on some. So, I'm not sure if you guys saw it earlier. I didn't actually mention it during the video because I don't think it was, like, fully initialized yet. Or I just didn't really notice it. But we are not going for the top section of PvP this week. I will next week. The main reason why I'm not doing it this week is so far, obviously, every single bracket has been everyone who has made the top cut. And now it is only top 3 that make it. The amount of score that this is going to require to make it this week is going to be so absurdly high that we are definitely not going for it. My strategy is, especially since we have Vault Weekend, so it's going to be 3 days, I'm probably not even going to be doing PvP. So my game plan is, since next week isn't Vault Weekend, our goal is to not get demoted, which at this point I only need 198 points to do so. Obviously that'll be way higher later. But my goal is to not get demoted, so stay above this line. And then next week we'll go for top 3. Because I want to focus on Vault Weekend when it's Vault Weekend. And next weekend is not Vault Weekend, so we'll have a ton more time to do PvP next weekend. So that's the game plan then. Because if I try going for top 3 this week, we're probably not even going to make it by the end. Because 3 days, we're almost barely even touching PvP due to, you know, Vault Weekend. So I'm just going to make sure we don't go down, let all the ultra tryhards move up on this week. And then after they're all gone, hopefully it won't be as bad next week. That's my strategy there. So unfortunately, we will be 1 week behind on Diamond Rank, but it doesn't really matter. Once we get into Diamond Rank, we should be able to stay in Diamond Rank. But that's pretty much my game plan. Is we don't go for the top cut this week because only the top 3 even make it. Next week we will because there's no Vault Weekend next week, so we'll be able to prioritize on all 7 days rather than just on 4 days. Because I don't think we can make the top all the way just with 4 days alone. But that is pretty much the game plan. Anyways, but yeah, we will be doing PvP obviously this week. Just not like a super amount. Obviously, we'll still be getting all the pets. We'll still be getting, you know, some amount of rank. But we will not... Speaking of pets, do I need this? I do not. But we won't be going, like, super crazy. Like, not like last week. Oh, yeah, by the way, we did end up winning last week, by the way. We can actually tell based on how much gold marks we have. I think we're sitting on 200-something. Plus, I didn't even claim to 80 from this week yet. But we're at 220. Oh, we'll actually have exactly enough for 3 deed books if we want. Ooh. Once we cash that in, we could. I think I'm hoarding them for now, but we actually will have exactly enough for 3 deed books by either later today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Not sure if I'll go for the rest of it tonight. We might. I'm not sure how much PvP I did earlier, so we'll find out when we get there. Anyways, someone's pointing arrows, so apparently I missed something in chat. Let's see. Wait, I'm in your PvP league? That's funny. Well, I won't be in any competition this week, so that's a free win. Let's see. You're getting DMs of other players' leagues that you are in? Really? Why isn't anyone DMing me this? Or maybe they are. I haven't really checked Discord today. Maybe people are and I just haven't noticed. Because now that I think about it, I haven't actually checked Discord all day. Let's see. You're on global leaderboard now? Nice. Puzzle Quest 3 PvP takes less time than Gems of War PvP grind. So when are we coming back? Let's see. Lester, let's see. What's current rank? Also, hello, Andrish Pro. Welcome. You're in Ruby League. You're ranked 25th. Tessa is 26. Let's see. That's actually interesting because a lot of people in my rank are still 0. Like, there's still like 8 people in my section that are all at 0 or essentially 0. Wait, what is Cookie pointing to? Not sure which one Cookie's pointing to. Let's see. Can you ask 2 things? Sure. Why did you, let's see. Did I mute you last time? It's probably one of my mods because I have no control over it. Let's see. And can you get unmuted? Well, you seem to be unmuted now since I can see your chat. Generally the mods don't like ever like full mute someone unless they're like a bot or something. They just do it for one of the temporary numbers. Because YouTube actually has an option as of about a month or a couple months ago to do custom mute lengths. I forget what all the options are, but used to only be like a 5-minute option. Now there are several different ones. Alright, let's keep going. Oh wait, I just realized. Okay, good. I was like, wait, am I using Kit and Sly on my team? Because I need to be for double boss points. Yeah, we are. Just making sure. I was like, wait, is there something off here? But no, as long as Kit and Sly is on the team, we're fine. As that is required for double points. Regardless what team you're running. And obviously we're just running Stellarix. One singular Stellarix is our team. It was you. Yeah, we'll take that one over. Our last little bit of mana. Can we get anywheres? I'll take that one over. Yeah, Lightning Bolt. But as far as Lightning Bolts are concerned, I'm not sure how I feel about them yet. They're not horrible, but they're far from a good gem. Especially when you compare them to, like, Elemental Stars and Wild Card and stuff like that. They're definitely in the middle ground. Like, I don't think they're too weak. I don't think they're too strong. They're about as mid-range as one of those heroic gems ever get. Better than bomb... bomb gems are so pointless. I would still say to this day, bomb gems, as far as usefulness, is the most useless gem in the entire game. They literally... They're a mana accumulation gem that makes you accumulate less mana. Is what bomb gems are. They are so weird. I'm not sure what the point of them was. I guess to make the enemy gain less mana, but then you're also winning slower, so you're just making the whole battle take longer for yourself. Because that's the only thing they're good for. They're a mana accumulation gem that literally make you get less mana. That's their whole purpose, is to reduce the amount of mana gained. But it's done on your turn, so it doesn't really do anything. It just makes you get less mana. Like, they're even worse than Lycanthropy gems. At least Lycanthropy gems do something. The something that they do is absurdly annoying, but they do something. Unlike bomb gems that actively hinder you. I guess you could kind of say the same about block gems as well. But block gems at least have a little bit more strategy to them than bomb gems. Let's see. A lot of you are promoted, even though we weren't in promotion zone in the gold marks. Really? That's interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't know because we've made it every single time. Actually, now that I think about it, I think we've made top 3 every week, right? Was there a single week I didn't bother doing top 3? I think we have every week. Was there any that I missed? Oh, wait, 2 weeks ago, did I bother doing top 3 or did I only go for top 5? Otherwise, I think I went for top 3 every single week. Because obviously we got it last week. Oh, also, Lester would be proud of us. We finished at 69,000, by the way. Even though the stream ended at about 64, 65, by the end of the night, we were at 69. And that was still like a good 4,000 plus ahead. But yes, we did indeed finish at 69,000. Not deliberately. I was just trying to get to a number that seemed high enough. But, that was the number we stopped at. Let's see. Yeah, we only need like 65k, but in case they were going to do like a little bit right at the end. Because I didn't want to have to keep paying attention to it. Because I was building teams for the video. So I could get the video out earlier. And we actually were able to get it out pretty early. I think we had it up by like 4 a.m. Not the earliest we've ever had it out, but one of the earlier times overall. Hopefully we'll be back on schedule now for posting videos. Because last week was still kind of weird because of the whole New Year thing and everything. Because the event reset was literally the day after New Year's. Yeah, we should be back to schedule as far as everything. Who knows, maybe we'll even do midday streams again soon at some point. We still haven't a single time this year. I'm not sure what we'll stream or what we're going to do with that, but yeah, we haven't really. Oh, I do have a storm stopping by me tomorrow, though. Yeah, it actually says that we're probably going to lose electricity, so... Not sure what's up with that. Random storm surge coming through. Is the campaign or the Kingdom Pass worth buying? I don't know. It depends if you find it worth buying. Most of the stuff in the passes you get for free, or not for free, but you can obtain everything in both passes at some point later down the line. So it's really just getting access to them early. As well as this easier access so you don't have to go out of your way for it later. The only difference, or the only exception with that is on the Kingdom Pass. Or sorry, not the Kingdom Pass. On the Campaign Pass, the one that started today. The pets generally don't really come back from those. They have occasionally before, but not consistently. I think we've only had 3 to 4 of the pets come back out of all 17 campaigns we've ever had. So I'm not sure exactly if those come in those like money offers or what these days. Because I already have them all, so I don't pay much attention to them. But those pets are a little bit more sporadic on if they ever come back or not. But beyond that, it's all the useful things, like the mythic, the troops, the weapon. Like, they all go to Soulforge later down the line. The only one exception to that is on the free side of the Kingdom Pass. The final reward weapon that you get is normally the money-locked weapon for the Kingdom. So it is advised, even if you're just doing the free side of the Kingdom Pass, to make sure you finish the whole thing. Because that weapon is almost guaranteed going to be the $5 money-locked weapon down the line. Which makes it pointless to get, because if you just did the Kingdom Pass to begin with, that would have already been $8. So it is highly advised to get that free weapon, even if you're not actually completing out the paid side. Yeah, paying for both of them, you do get a lot more books. I think it's like 2 and 3 books respectively. 2 books for the Kingdom Pass and 3 books for the other one, the Campaign Pass. It does definitely add up over time. As well as all the other knick-knack loot that's in them. Plus it just makes it a lot easier to get all this stuff, rather than having to go out of your way for it later. And it mostly just gives you early access to them. Because most of that content won't come into the main game until like a couple months from now if you're playing fully free-to-play. Or just skipping on them. I personally do it just because obviously we cover it in videos and everything else, but I don't know, most of the stuff in the Kingdom Pass and the Campaign Pass this week, or this month, or this season, not that useful to be honest. Like on both sides, they're pretty underwhelming this time around. as far as like the actual troops, weapons, and everything that you get. And of course, you still get a bunch of loot along the way, and even though it isn't necessarily good things, there's still more things to use. Some of which we can kind of mess around with. And we got early access to that one Empower Skull Troop, which wasn't too bad, that we used for Underspire a little bit the other week. It didn't really make that big a difference. Could easily just not had it on our team. It looks like we have about 4 fights left. Yep, there's the Valraven. Yep, 4 fights left. Let's see. What do we need here? Take that one. Kill that out of the way just to play it safe. And how are you alive? Oh, you're the boss troop, aren't you? Also, keep in mind, your raid troop is allowed to die and you still get full points. If this thing dies, you still get double score. It just matters that it's on your team. When it comes to raids, there's only 2 things that matter. Are you using the new raid troop, in this case Kit and Sly? And did you win the fight? As long as you do those 2 things, you will not lose any points. So this thing is allowed to die, and your whole team is allowed to die except for 1 troop. And you'll still get maximum points. It's purely based on just don't die. We'll do that, kill out everything. Use this thing to do 1.5 billion damage to Catherics. Luckily, he hasn't actually aimed forward a single time. Wait, does that thing have stealthy? That'd be so useful if it did. No, it has skull dodge, but it doesn't have stealthy. Stealthy would have been nice. It has Sly in its name, but it doesn't have stealthy. It could easily replaced out, like, Warbond for stealthy. Stealthy, agile, Godslayer would have been fun. Unfortunate. Which I'm not even sure if any of the Godslayers even have that combination. Would definitely be a pretty good one. Because the most important thing to have when you're doing invasion is skull reduction or skull dodge. So any of them that have that are pretty good for it. Or even just extra skull damage like in Rage. But when it comes to raids, the most useful perk to actually have on your raid troop would be stealthy. So it can't be targeted directly with the insta-kill mechanic on the boss troop. As both all the Zolgoths and all the Catherics versions have insta-kill. But if you have stealthy, even though there's no immune to its insta-kill, having stealthy on a troop makes it untargetable. So even though nothing has immune to insta-kill, even if it has immune to insta-kill when it comes to those troops, you can still dodge with stealthy until your entire team is left with stealthies, and then they can target it. But otherwise, it's one way to kind of dodge them. But there's almost no raid troops that have ever actually gotten stealthy. But it is the best perk that they can have for raids. It's probably the final fight unless we get lucky on a Valraven here. And, oh, we did! Okay, well, final 3 fights then. Alright, we need mana, but I don't see any good way to get mana. So we'll take that, throw this down, do it on the Valraven just in case. I think we're fine. Oh, no, not if we miss that hard, we aren't. Get our last little bit of mana. Still waiting on that enchant. Alright, we got everything we need to win. I'm actually gonna kill that first, just to play a little safe. There's just no way he's gonna get a 5x yellow out of nowhere. There we go. Alright, 2 more fights, unless we get super, super lucky on Valraven, though I highly doubt it at this point. We're fighting Tidecaller Glass. Oh gosh, yeah, Tidecaller can actually be annoying if you're running like full AoE on it. Because it has the highest amount of Submerge of any class, so it can be kind of annoying. It's generally not considered that good of a class, but there are team compositions and situations where it can be pretty valuable. It's a good middle range hero class in the current state of the game. Still unique enough to use, but generally not used that often. That reminds me, I need to be putting, what's his name on a lot of my teams to try to get value. I can't do it with this team because we specifically need to have a War Gear. And the only War Gear class in the entire game is Spirit Walker. So we are kind of stuck to Spirit Walker, unfortunately. However, for a lot of other battles, like PvP and such, if we could try to slot in the new hero class, we are going to. Oh, I was about to click that button. Apparently not. Oh, I was hoping you would get full mana. Well, I guess we'll just wait on your enchant and just super overkill here. And there we go. That thing does have double magic and 5x damage, meaning it's almost hitting 1,000 per cast. I think with how much stats we have, we're hitting like 700 something. It's pretty insane. Alright, there we go. And obviously over the course of the week, the rest of these will get done by the guild. Let's see, how are we doing? How many people are slacking? We did bare minimum, because we're at a tier 3. So everyone who did 8,740 is at bare minimum. Anyone below slacking? Look at all the slackers. Look at all the zeros. Tyrion! Tyrion! You're here. Where's your contributions? No, just kidding. But there we go. Hey, we got tribute. Oh, 33. Oh, wow. That was a 34 tribute. Yeah, we have so many kingdoms now. It's kind of weird that that's just like natural to get now. Look at that. 38 kingdoms in the game. And we just got a 34 tribute. We only missed 4 of them. So close. It's so far. Anyways, what we're doing. Let's go do some dungeon, I guess. Come on. Oh, staircase. No. Oh, ice trap. Even worse. Anything else? Oh, weakness trap. Even worse. Not ideal. Let's see. Throw that one down. You haven't had the time to do the event on either account? I know, it's perfectly fine. It's not even a time-gated one. You can pretty much just wait till the weekend if you really want to. Yeah, whenever you have time. It's not like it's Guild War or something. You know what? I'm gonna take the skull just to make sure he doesn't do the thing. Speaking of which, we still don't have Guild War for like another month, by the way. Speaking of the longest time between things, I think this will be the longest time we've ever went without a Guild War in the history of the game. It's almost gonna be 2 months straight of no Guild War. Which, honestly, I have to agree, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice not having to worry about Guild War. Mostly because Guild War's payout these days is just so bad compared to other modes. Like, it's the most difficult mode basically in the entire game, yet pays out almost nothing. Unless you're in Bracket 1. And even then, the Bracket 1 payout these days, relative to other things, isn't even that good. Like, first place is 1,500 gems. It's not a small amount of gems. But compared to the value that you get from some other locations, it's also not the greatest. Especially since so few get it. Like, if you make third, you only get 500 gems per person. That's barely any for how hard that is to do. Plus, if you're in Bracket 1, you're probably max spending the gems anyways. Which costs you, like, a little over 200. I forget exactly how much it is, because I haven't really done it lately. I think it's almost like 340 gems or something. If you're earning 500, you're earning, like, 160 gems for winning third place Guild War. Which is kind of insane. Tessa said it's fine. You pretty sure Azala would murderize you? Yeah, that sounds about right, to be honest. That sounds like something Azala would do. She would have you on a hit list if you didn't even do a single battle by, like, Thursday or something. Alright, what do we need here? Alright, this pet we don't need. We already maxed it. That was just Drock Zoom bonus. We have to kill 150 purple today. Killing greens will get done automatically. Killing purple in theory will get done automatically, though I gotta make sure we do it by the end of stream. Because it's really important to get done by today. You know, I'll run Rowain quick kill for once. I'm actually using the new hero class on it. I was doing this for a couple things earlier when I was messing around. But, this allows us to get class XP every single time. So I'm actually gonna probably start using this team for our dailies for a little while. Until we max out this class. Because each of these battles gives you 2 XP and they die in, like, literal seconds. So you're going to be seeing us use some Rowain build for once. This is generally the overall, like, go-to team if you need an early game level class option. And even later in the game, we're still going to be running it just because it's that good. It never really falls off at the lower range. If anything, the range that you can use it for gets even wider. You know what, we'll even take all 3. I'm not sure that's my objective, but honestly, all 3 rewards aren't that bad this time. But hello, Lord Andy! Welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. The prize is bad bragging rights. We got Celestial from that. In all fairness, it's almost better reward than the reward we're actually getting for the fight with a small amount of glory. Oh, we got a gnome. Speaking of things that drop basically no loot. What do we get? We got 12 epic ingots, back when those things used to be very scarce. Now you get them like they're nothing. That was a really weird time. There was one point in the game when epic ingots, the drop we just got, was the rarest ingot in the game. Because Legend and Mythic ones were made so common because of Underworld. And then the other ones were so common because you could just do PvP and just get them naturally from Underworld. From your daily system thing. So it eventually made epics for at least like a year or two the most scarce ingot in the entire game. That's not quite the case anymore. Because there's just so many things that end up giving it to you. Most notably the ingot gnomes. But there was like a year or 2 year period where they were the rarest ingot in the game. By quite a margin. Like you would literally have every weapon max for every category except for epic. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier to stream. There's literally 0 magic buff this campaign. I didn't even notice that until I mentioned it earlier to stream. Because I didn't bother checking the stats. But yeah, I did see that. This is actually the first time ever we've never had a magic bonus for a campaign. I think we've had 2 before, like once or twice, but this is the first time we've ever had 0. And the worst part is we don't even get a ton of armor. We only get 10 armor and 0 magic. Meaning we get like the lowest amount of offensive stats we've ever had. I guess we have 9 attack, but that's not a lot. It's more than average, but there's not much you could do with like 3 extra attack compared to like getting 6 attack on a campaign. Alright, we did that, we did that. I don't need that. We literally just did that. I think I'm done with crowns. Let me double check. Yeah, we're already done with crowns, mostly because of the little bit of PvP grind we did earlier. And yeah, we're good to go. I think that's basically every daily, right? Every daily and weekly? Oh, there's only one I haven't done. We haven't done Underspire. Honestly, I feel like stalling Underspire this week. Oh, no, maybe we'll do some in a little bit. I kind of feel like stalling some. Also, we will be going through the entirety of Underspire. Not only do we have access to Stellarix, but we also have access to Infinite Loop Todd. So regardless if you don't have Stellarix or not, you just do Infinite Loop Todd and be fine. But yeah, maybe we'll do a little bit. But for now, I think we're going to head over to PvP. Actually, let me go hand out a redeem code right now. And I think we're going to hand over to PvP. Because we are, I wouldn't say behind right now. Because I'm not going for the top of the leaderboard. But we barely touched PvP relative to some other people at our bracket. Let's see. Oh, did I see the correction? Oh, yeah, I actually realized that, like, literally 10 minutes after I posted the video. Like, oh, Kingdoms do need a Mythic to get 10 star. I just didn't bother making a comment on it. Because I was ready to crash the second I finished that video. By the time I was fully finished and I had breakfast, it was like 6 a.m. or something. I was, like, out by that time. Alright, let's see. I have any XP booster we need to go use too. I kind of want to almost use that in a purple location just to get a purple kills, but we should be able to get it naturally. I have to get, yeah, like 70 more purple kills. It shouldn't be that hard to go do. Anyway, so PvP. We get 2 new pets this week. I didn't actually check to see what their bonus was. I saw that they were both new. We're getting the bonus of Faye and Damon. Interesting. So those are 2 new ones. I'm surprised. We haven't seen any repeats yet. So far, it is cycled perfectly with no repeats for the silver ones. Oh, so hello, Lester. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for all the 69s. Let's see. I'm not sure if we're going to try all the way for that tonight, are we? Because I'm probably going to be silver mark chasing, and silver mark chasing is only like 3,000 to 4,000 an hour. So we're probably not going to hit this threshold tonight. That's fine. Anyways, I still haven't built teams up for all of these. I guess we could copy-paste from our own videos that we've done in the past. However, we'll make them from scratch. Alright, what do we have here? We have Mystic. What do we want to run for Mystic? Oh, wait. Doesn't Mystic have Vespera? Can we run the new Mystic team? Wait. Do we have an excuse to go use the new, Hold up. What was that one Vespera team I made earlier? Out of pure Mystic. Didn't I literally make a team for this, like, the other week when I went over that one Mythic? Or not over the Mythic, when I went over the hero class. This was one of the, Nightweaver hero classes teams I mentioned. Where you run a weapon that hits all enemies. Something like Fiendfire. We then get ourselves that one other one that hits all enemies. No, any color. I think it was this, that. Where is it? There was one here that hit all enemies in a way that wasn't horrible. Yeah, you. And then we did, I think, just that one pure purple troop that I literally was just over and didn't bother putting on the team. Yeah, I think it was this team I ended up mentioning for the video. And then we go banner of purple, yellow. And minus brown, sure, why not? Alright, and that's the team. There we go. We have built a team. Yeah, I think I mentioned this on Friday when we went over the new Mythic. And it actually works perfectly for Mystic restriction. As well as technically pure purple, though there are better pure purple teams out there. Like, way better. This is mostly a Mystic team, not a pure purple team, even though it happens to be pure purple. It being pure purple is more so a byproduct of how Vespera works, rather than actually trying to build a pure purple team. And now basically all we do is just keep clicking on Fiendfire until it has one-shot range. And then proceed to one-shot range. And dead. Now we're going to repeat for every fight. Though we probably want to be taking the stronger fights when we do this. Because we're going to be able to get a lot of damage. And if we ever see an easier fight, I guess we could technically put it up into first slot. But at that point, you might as well just use like something completely different. Like even just Archmage's set it down. What did the bonuses do in Gems of War? Which bonuses? There's a lot of bonuses. There are a lot of bonuses to talk about. I'll be slightly more specific on which bonus. Because there is a very big number of them. Is that kill range? I think one more will do it. Come on, get some magic ready. Alright, there we go. That should be good. That's pretty much the game plan. Vespera into weapon until it's kill range, then kill. You could also double cast if you want to, but you have to give up a turn. That's the game plan. Mad Prophet for mana accumulation. Vespera for everything afterwards. And then finish off with a single weapon. Or cast both your two AoEs once as well. Could also work. This is the reason why we have a second one here. Though she's currently silent, so we won't be using her. Biggest issue is getting the initial mana, but beyond that, we should be good to go. Right, throw one of those down. Keep an eye on our values. Because the other one can get quite a bit of magic as well. We want to go for the double tap. You didn't get enough mana, so you know what? We're just going to cast. And that's why we have a second one. I forgot, she doesn't hit full AoE. She actually hits the target you hit and then all enemies above, which is technically full AoE, but in a different way. It's not full AoE in a traditional sense. Biggest issue with this team is if we get a starting board that doesn't have a lot of purple. Oh, also Submerge. I didn't put that into consideration. Wait, do we have no counterplay to Submerge? Wait. I think her ability bypasses Submerge. Because it doesn't technically hit all enemies. It hits all enemies, but it doesn't actually hit all enemies. So it should count as not hitting all enemies while hitting all enemies. I still got to do it on our hero weapon, though, because it's purple. And this will increase our chance we go pure purple spawn. But we're actually waiting until this thing's in kill range. Not the weapon. Because I'm almost guaranteed this will bypass Submerge. Let's go find out. But this should bypass Submerge. Oh, however, it does not bypass Barrier. That's annoying. Let's see. Oh, you know what does bypass Barrier, though? I could do that to Curse or Way Barrier and then do that to kill them. Oh, that's so funny. Because even though Submerge makes them immune to the damage, it does not make them immune to the Curse. Oh, so I could just curse them to begin with. Wait. To get rid of Submerge. Hold up. Whole reason we're using Fiendfire. But yeah, her ability does bypass Submerge because she's not actually hitting all enemies, even though she's hitting all enemies. Because she's actually hitting a single target and then all targets above. Which does not count as full AoE, even though it is full AoE. There's quite a few abilities that are actually like that. But the way that it targets, it doesn't count. Alright, this team getting mana is a really big issue. Oh, there we go. But once it does, gosh, is it good to go. That's the main reason why we're generally not going to be using this team going forward. It's such a startup time. But gosh, this is a fun way to win out Mystic battles. I'm pretty sure this is slower than just building like a quicker team, but it sure is fun. And we got a silver marks. I'm pretty sure we could build a quicker team than that, but just for the sake of it, we'll use it for now. Just for a change of pace. Also, we're not doing Sword's Edge, by the way. If that wasn't already obvious. We are avoiding that place like the plague. Alright, we got Elf. This means Secra. Or Secra. So basically what we want to do here is build a pure Secra team. Base rarity, Secra, 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 Secra. There it is. So Secra boost based on all elves on your team. And we're going to want to have the 50% Mana Star Elf, which I forget his name. King Avalon, 50% start to all elves. And from here, oh no, we can kind of go anything. Maybe like a second Secra and a hero. Honestly, I think I might just use the new hero class. It's a little bit weaker, but I think let's do this with like a Death Null or something. Do we get any good empowers off of them? There's Death Null. And then, is there any good empower in any of you? Not really. I need purple. None of you do purple. Which you technically do, but you do it in a way that kind of backfires in a way that would be too annoying. See, I think we'll just keep it with double secret and do it like this. Unless we really want to risk this. What's it convert brown to purple? You know what? We'll go for it. Why not? We'll go the one secret route. Only problem is it does mean I have to run like first slot secret, which is kind of annoying. But it should be fine. Oh, I just realized I can't use this class. It doesn't count as elf. Oh, that's sad. Alright, we're gonna actually have to do this correctly then. We'll use Orb Weaver. I forgot. We actually can't. Otherwise we don't get the full boost ratio, and we kind of do want it. Let's go with like a purple-green banner. Doesn't really matter which. Actually, somewhat does. We'll go that one. And there we go. And now we just click Secret until we win. Is the game plan. If we have brown to purple convert, we just click it on starting board. Let it do whatever, and then we won. And then we click this button until the entire enemy team is dead. Though we might want to have like one AoE on our team or something. Because our damage output's not going to be the greatest. Because we don't really have scaling like we do with a couple other teams. But they will get very infinited, that is for sure. Trying to think of anything else we can put on the team to make it a little quicker. But otherwise, just secret infinite loop. The problem is we don't have an elf that hits full AoE that can extra turn, I don't believe. Do we? Well, Weaver doesn't count. It's not consistent extra turn. All enemies, base rarity. 0 extra turn potential, 0 extra turn potential, 0 extra turn potential, 0 extra turn potential. Is there not a single elf in the entire game that hits all enemies that can extra turn at all? Like, there's plenty of them that do, but none of them have extra turn at all. The closest we have is Weaver. But it's not ideal. Yeah, Weaver's the closest thing we have to an extra turn, multi-hit enemy kind of thing. So at that point, I might as well spam Secret the whole time. And that's just an option off a hero. Is there? I guess there is. Big purple weapon that has extra turn potential. If worst comes to worst, we can run the purple Doom weapon. And kind of have that set it up as a finisher. And we'll do that, I guess. Because then I can bring them all into kill range and then kill them off of that. Yeah, let me get rid of Death Kneel for Doom Scythe or something. I'll speed up a little because then we can bring them all into one-shot range and then just Doom Scythe them down. Yeah, the reason I went with Death Kneel is it has some extra turn pokes, but honestly, I think we get more value just from doing Doom Scythe, that one. Because then once they're in kill range of Doom Scythe, we just click it and we win. Is there any other elf hero class that's better than Weaver for damage? Elf. No. We get free mana if we go monk though, but we're already gonna have like so much mana it won't really matter. Plus, we get extra magic this way. We're using 3 Zol Carry, which gives us 18 extra magic. So yeah, I think we're just going to leave it like this then. Because if I switch to a different hero class, we're only going to have 2 Zol Carry instead of 3. Alright, let's roll this then. Because we actually need to keep the hero class as that just for the extra magic bonus, if nothing else. Because we're getting substantially more with it compared to without it. Oh, so do you have immune to web? Surprisingly, you do not have immune to web. The hero class from Zolkiria that is a completely web-based kingdom does not actually have immune to web itself. Also, Seeker, what are you doing missing? You're not allowed to do that. How did you already end your loop? We literally just started the battle. Like 2 turns into the fight and you're already missing. I'm trying to bring them all into kill range, though one of them is stealthy, so we're not going to quite be able to do that. Unless we have yellow to skull alignment. Oh, we do. Look at that. Look at how clean that is. End store turn. Wait, does Monk have immune to web? It has cleanse on extra turn, which I guess is technically immune to web. But we have to give up a lot of magic to do it, so I don't think it's worth it. We have to give up like 12 magic if we go not Orb Weaver, which is 12 less damage per secret hit. So he's already our main damage source. I don't think we can afford to do 12 less. As much as I kind of want to use some other hero class. I think we're kind of obligated or... Oh, we didn't actually have any alignment, did we? That's not ideal. I just assumed somewheres would have alignment. Apparently we did not. Using dramatic death scenes when falling down won't do. Death flop. We got a little overkilled there. Or the overkilled and underkill though. Is that kill range? If we have alignment, it is. Oh, or if they all just died, it is. What happened there? Oh, we got our silver mark, so we're good to go. Alright. Where are we heading to next? Also, how many silver marks are we up to now? We are at 178. Still got a ways to go. Alright, red. You guys know what I'm using for red. Is that even in question? We're obviously using the Huntmaster into Stellarix. And a Rubraf for boost. And a hero just to exist. Though that could be replaced by another Rubraf. Actually, now that I think about it, wouldn't it be stronger if it was replaced by another Rubraf? Do we even need hero there? I was just doing that for a little bit extra bonus, but I'm not sure if we really need it compared to Rubraf. Rubraf is the extra bonus. Yeah, I'm probably replacing out into 2 times Rubraf. I think I did last week as well. You get more overall magic from it. Because heroes not really ever needing to cast anyways. Because we have like infinite Rubrafs. I think we're sitting on like 5 of them. I think we could afford to put a second one in there. So how many Rubrafs do we have? We have 4 Rubrafs. We could run a team of 4 Rubrafs if we want to, though of course that wouldn't be realistic. But it would be possible. Alright, let's take this over. But yeah, we're not going to be prioritizing PvP that much this week. Like, obviously we're doing it right now. We'll be doing it here and there. But compared to last week and some of the other weeks, we're actually going to do pretty minimal PvP this week. Our main goal is just to get the silver pets. Get to 2 silver pets, and that's probably honestly it. And hope that's enough to stay in the bracket. Which I assume it will be, based on how low everyone else's score is. And then next week, after Vault Weekend has ended as Vault Weekend, then we'll go and power grind next week to go into Diamond rank. Because that will do 2 things. It'll make it so we don't miss out on Vault event value, but it will also give us a advantage into next week. Because all the ridiculously insane power grinders who are doing like 100,000 trophies per second, they're all gonna move into the higher rank and compete with each other. But then that following week, you know, all those super, super absurdly good people, there'll still be some really high people, but the absolute like top 10% of people will all move up into diamond rank, and we won't have to deal with them. So I'll make it so we theoretically have to do about 10% less grind. Or somewhere's around there. Could technically be a lot less than that. Or, you know, a lot more or less, as in like 20, 30, 40% less grind. But all like the upper, like super grinders will be out of the bracket. So however much we have to do won't be as much next week in theory compared to this week. You're just doing the 20 rewards this week? Yeah, I'm just going for all pets, which I think is like 20-ish thousand VP, give or take, depending on what battles we take. So we're only hitting about 20,000 VP this week, just till we have all pet obtained. It is the game plan, which means we're not really going to be power grinding a single location like we were last week at any point, because we're just not going to need to. It's all going to be mark farming. So we have a lot of infinite loops this week. This one's War Gear. I'm not sure if we did this one yet, but obviously you know what we're using. It's Todd. Todd Infinite Loop. Powering into it. I think we used this the last time we had this option as well. It's just a War Gear, you know, this is a pretty standard 4x War Gear team. If you don't have Wolf Garrick, just run 2 Persistence. I'm just running that so we have a little bit of a better kill range. It's not required though. You have to give up your turn to even do it. But I think in some situations it is slightly quicker. Especially against higher statted enemies where you have to cast more times. On the lower fights, it might just be quicker to just keep spamming the Infinite Loop. Wolf Garrick's there just to clean up a little quicker. Not required, but I do feel like it's slightly quicker with him. He's also still giving you a magic bonus. It's just 2 instead of 4. So you're missing out on 2 magic per extra turn, but you're gaining... So is this only when you take green? No, it's actually... Oh, it's actually extra turn as well. Alright, purple to green. That's so much value. Oh, we found a natural curse gnome. I didn't even notice him until literally just now. Yeah, we found a natural curse gnome in its natural habitat. That should give us about 12 or 13 curse runes. It's 10 to 15, so we'll find out. We got 13! Hey, right on the average. 12 or 13 is the average there. Got the upper side of the average. Yeah, it saved my War Gear team from last week, too. I don't think I actually had to change it from what we had last week. It's kind of weird because it saves some teams, but doesn't save all of them. I assume in theory it's supposed to save them all. Oh yeah, that reminds me. There was one offer I wasn't taking because I wanted to show it on stream. Let me go show it real quick. Oh, wow. Good thing he actually casted. Otherwise, wouldn't have been able to gotten that. Alright, let's see. We'll throw that down, throw that down. Also, I thought that was a troop that got Lycanthrope for a second. That's just what his ability looks like. But yeah, I forgot to mention it. I was going to mention this at the beginning of stream. I was actually going to mention it during the video, too, and it just completely slipped my mind because there's so many things to go over. However, right over here, if you go over to Mail, and you go down all of your EXP boosters to over here, they actually fixed the gold booster. You know the gold and soul booster you get from PvP? Supposedly they fixed it. Has anyone actually tried this yet? Because it probably won't be until tomorrow. But supposedly you can use them correctly now. So, hello adventurers! We investigated an issue in Explore battles where the gold booster was not applying correctly, or at all. We have released a fix for this, so it should be working as intended for any future Explore battles you do with a gold booster active. Please enjoy these gems as an apology. But yeah, has anyone actually checked it? Because I haven't yet. Mostly because I haven't actually gotten it to yet. Has anyone actually checked to see if they fixed it? Because them saying they fixed it doesn't mean they actually fixed it. But assumably, or supposedly, they fixed it. So you can now use the gold and soul booster anywhere, not just in PvP. And Explorer would be the main target for it, as you would get the best rate from doing Explorer gold farming. It would probably be the best way of utilizing it. Because a lot of people later in the game don't really need the souls. So it'd be much better to prioritize, if you're going to do one or the other, to prioritize the gold rather than the souls. And now you can, supposedly. We're probably not going to. We're probably still just going to do it combined with PvP, to be honest. However, it is an option now, if nothing else. Whereas before it was literally impossible to. Because it wasn't working. Now the one down. Alright, get out there. Oh wait, we got the same section again. Never mind. Oh, well, right back. We got back-to-back same section. I feel like this has been happening a lot this week. This week is pretty short, but when I was doing it off-stream, I felt like I kept getting back-to-back as well. Never triple back-to-back-to-back. But a lot of double back-to-backs. Also, if you ever see Todd on the enemy team in one of these battles, take it out immediately. As it is four times war gear restriction, so that Todd's going to be crazy. Same in the elf section. If you see a Secra in the elf section, take it out as the very first thing you do. Because they are 4 times elves in that situation. In this case, 4 times war gear. So they can technically infinite loop on you. So it should always be your first target in a restriction like this. Same as Strix if you see a an Egress. As well as every other similar category with those infinite loop journey troops. It doesn't matter if you see them outside of their mode, because they probably don't have anywhere near 4 times their type. But under the specific typing restrictions, you always want to make sure to deal with them first. Or you'll be very dead otherwise. Well, so this is starting to get too much damage. We have a too much damage issue. We're hitting too hard. I can't even use War Gear. I mean, I can't even use Wolf Garrick. So I think we're almost at our purple kill quota to get the free 100 gems today. We got one of those lucky ones. It happens about once a month. The kill 100 objective. You definitely always want to make sure you do it the day of, otherwise you miss out on at least 20 gems the following day. It'll still stay there, but that means you're not getting a different offer, a new offer. So you're theoretically getting less gems. Let's see, have we reached it yet? Let me go double check. We'll probably hit it naturally regardless. Oh, you can't even check in this menu. Where do you even check? Adventure. Yeah, we still need 26 more kills, surprisingly. Let's keep going. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for PvP. I really wish the way that you got to PvP was clicking on this middle thing. It's weird that that's how you leave it, but that's not how you get to it. Because that throws me off so often. I can't be the only one, right? Like, you get out of PvP by clicking the middle button, but you can't get back to PvP by clicking the middle button. So I keep trying to click the middle button to get to PvP, but it only gets you out of PvP. And the amount of time I've clicked it trying to get to PvP is absurdly high. But it only gets you out of the PvP menu. It doesn't get you to the PvP menu. Which is how I thought they were going to make it, but apparently not. I hope they change that in the future. Just make it so clicking it 3 times goes between, like, Crystara, Underworld, and then PvP. It'll make it a little bit more annoying to go from Underworld to main map. But I feel like overall it'd be better than what it is right now. And there we go. In Puzzle Quest 3, they menued to death and then took some away. Oh no, I'm not a fan of how they've been changing some of the menus in Gems of War. They've been on a weird path the last few years with them. Well, they'll keep updating menus and make some of them ultimately worse. I think one of the ones I still hate the most to this day is the way that the campaign menu looks. The way that they had it like 2 iterations ago was perfect. But then they kept changing it and now it kind of looks awful. Like, I feel like the visual readability on it is so bad in the current state of the game. Compared to what it was, like, 1 or 2 iterations ago. Because it used to be, like, color divided and have, like, proper separations. Now it's all, like, monotone and you can barely even tell what's going on. And the menu I'm referring to is this one over here. This one right here. Like, this one looks so much worse. Like, it used to have the color to make it a lot more obvious. Now it's just like this black background with nothing going on. It looks like it's almost like missing an image behind it. It's like so plain. And then they also put these weird icons on every single one of them, which just adds a lot of needless noise compared to the border that I had before. This menu, out of every menu they've ever switched, is probably the one I hate the most. Just because it worked so well before, and now it's kind of clunky. I'm gonna go collect all these. Unfortunately, not a collect all button yet. Better than having to collect like 16 individual ones like you used to back in the day. But still, we have to click 3 times instead of 16 times. Which I guess is an improvement, but you could easily make that one click. Let's see. They can still lower the number down a bit. We went from 16 to 3. We can still go from 3 to 1. Alright, how many more kills do we need? We need 25 more. I guess that's pretty much a game plan. Let's go do PvP until we get like 25 more purple kills. And just keep chasing silvers along the way. Which I think should also get us to about the halfway point on silvers. Pretty much. Alright, what am I looking for? Where's our current objective? Ooh, monster. I don't think I made a monster team so far this week. Oh, it saved my one from last week. That's convenient. I don't even need to make one. Because I know for sure I haven't done monster yet. But this is our exact monster team. It's nice to see that the save feature is sometimes working. Because it saved my war gear team, it saved the monster team. I don't think it saved any of my color teams, though. I think it only saved the outer border for some reason. Because I've noticed all of my outer border seems to be saved, but none of my inner. Megavore versus Megavore. The Megavore Wars. Oh, so I should be going for the easier fights on these if we're silver mark grinding. I still have the mindset of like last week, like, oh, we need VP. But no, this week we actually don't need VP at all. We really don't care that much about VP. Oh, he's actually got Megavores insta-kill. Also, wow, that's a full miss wand. This team is actually really, really bad for full misses because we have no follow-up whatsoever. Wand is our mana accumulator. If it misses, we have no backup. It is our backup. Yeah, whenever Wand misses in an important fight, you will auto-lose. Like if it does in like PvP and such. Or, you know, proper PvP fights. Like Guild War and the such. Luckily, these teams that we're up against aren't proper teams, so it doesn't really matter too much if it misses. Though we definitely gonna need to reconsider our team once they are all proper teams. Because this team will be really bad against an actual proper monster team. Honestly, one funny thing is, I think the meta will actually be to do Megavore insta-kill. Because you can't run Great Maul because everyone will have Megavores that will have immune. I'm pretty sure the actual meta will be Hero Weapon with 3 Megavores. And I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the meta once people have actual teams set up here. Is 1 triple Megavore or some kind of mana accumulation weapon triple Megavore. It's almost guaranteed going to be the strategy. But for now, this is a little bit quicker until we need to do that. Because if everyone starts using Great Maul, you're going to need a Megavore spam. Not only does it have immune, but you can also insta-kill. And if you have 3 of them, you'll have 3 8% chances per extra turn. And they just keep doing Wand, trying to land extra turns or some other weapon that can feed back into itself. And that will get you a ton of Megavores to cast, plus the extra turns to get some kills. Let's see. Oh, wait. What did I miss in chat? Let's see. Doesn't it clear out just when the restrictions change? Oh, no. Restrictions changed when they were still there. You're bribing your teachers? Oh, no. So hello, Imperial, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. No, Andrej, Ash, you're not on ignore list. I'm just missing some chat. I was reading some of it. I just wasn't reading all of it aloud. Oh, what was Beer's comment? You have a comment above. Let's see. On console, you can't even see what your cursor is on in the campaign menu. Really? That's annoying. It's not that bad on PC Mobile, luckily. Oh, it is still pretty bad. They're not that bad. Alright, next section. Where are we heading to? Where are we heading? Oh, Hellcrag. Oh, hey, never mind. We have this team. Never mind. It's not that bad. Also, I showed it for the video with that over there. We're actually going to be putting it all the way in the last slot. I did it that way for the video because it's safer. We don't care if this team is safe, though. We have infinite damage. And enough durability that we're not really going to die to any of these teams. Also, I really hate how much they nerfed this troop. It was originally going to have, like, Reflect on extra turn or something. And instead they gave a 35% chance to give Reflect to a random ally when its turn begins. This troop could have actually been a meta, good-looking dragon. And then they completely nerfed it into the ground because the mechanic was never working properly, and then they never bothered coding the mechanic, and now it's useless. Which is kind of sad, because we don't really have a good Reflector in the game, and it could have been, like, the very first, like, half-decent Reflect option. Because we're really lacking in Reflect build teams at the moment. Speaking of which, we literally just got Reflect. That's funny. That was just from a random stats effect to start a battle. Ooh, that's a big Chalcedony miss. Luckily, there's so much brown on the board, it's probably barely going to matter. I basically just evenly distribute damage everywhere. Then we just double cast our dragons. That is the game plan. Get them into double AoE range. Cast out our double AoE. You have boost ratio, you should be fine. Yep. I keep forgetting it has like a gigantic boost ratio right now because all the gargoyle gems. I think it's boosted by stone blocks and gargoyle gems. Of which there's a decent amount of gargoyles. It just seems okay. It's not as good as the Wargear one. Or the Strix one or some of the others, but I'll definitely get the job done. Oh, so this is my cheap version of it. What would be the more expensive version? I feel like there might be a more expensive version that'd be a bit quicker. I only ended up bothering building a cheap version so we could show it for the video. For accessibility purposes. But I didn't actually think what would be the stronger version of Chalcedony these days. I guess a Stone Slicer build with Hero. That would require you to have Stone Slicer. If you don't already have it. You can't get it at the moment. Though you will be able to in the future, just not at this exact moment in time. Which is why we didn't show it for the video, because anyone who doesn't have Stone Slicer can't run a Stone Slicer team. I guess the team would technically be Stone Slicer, Chalcedony, something something. And ideally, Construct would just have a better AoE'er than this thing. I don't think it does, though. I think this might actually be the strongest AoE Constructs have at the moment. And Mirror Queen? Oh yeah, Mirror Queen technically does do that, doesn't it? Isn't Mirror Queen's follow-up like almost nothing? It's like a single target damage that summons the troop you targeted. Like, its trait is good, but its ability is horrible. From a win-quick perspective. So it doesn't really count as a Reflect build option. Like, its trait is really, really good, but its ability is really, really bad. It essentially has, like, a single damage poke ability that is not even enough to, like, half-kill a unit. It does have resummon, but very rarely are you going to want to have resummon like that. It's a fun gimmick, it's just not useful. Your team is Anu, Scepter, Bonehound, and Glaceon. Oh, you're using the Bonehound spam from last week. Interesting. Actually would be pretty good early on in the game these days. Kind of nice to have Glaceon. Glaceon's actually a pretty big powerhouse of a skull spam troop. It's very similar to the new one that we got from the Kingdom as well. It's very similar to... oh, what's that one queen's name? I actually already forgot. The queen from the new Kingdom. Glaceon and that new queen are both very similar. Glaceon's actually a little bit better than her, oddly enough, though. Even though it lacks the terror mechanic, which is pretty nice on her, it has like 65% score reduction, which is much better on a skull spammer than having none like the queen does. Of course, the queen has the benefit of having the best terror option in the game, which is fun to mess with. Alright, how we doing on silver marks? Hey, we're like in the middle of our bracket. Look at that. I feel like a lot of people saw how far they had to grind and then just didn't even bother. Because it would just be too much of a grind. And honestly, I feel the same way. Also, I still have 6 people with 0 in my bracket right now. What's going on? I guess maybe they saw how much grind or that you would get like top 3 and they were like, nope, not doing that. Let me go back down. But, yeah, look at all these zeros. Like my entire like demotion zone are just all people with 0. And some guy that's basically 0. Which is kind of surprising. He's level 2,735 and he's done 3 fights. It's still pretty early in the week. Who knows? Maybe we'll be the first place later. Anyways, how we doing on killing purples? Oh, we still need to kill 15 more purple. I'm very surprised we haven't hit that yet. That's pretty much the game plan. We just keep doing this until we kill 15 more purple. Though, unfortunately, we don't have a purple restriction this week. We have yellow, blue, and red. Obviously, there could be purples in any fight. Though, not this one. Does it still have to be a free pass if you don't play a PvP battle, or did that change? I have never gotten to confirm it with anyone, because obviously we haven't done it ourselves. But supposedly, based on the pass, or based on the patch, if you do literally 0 PvP fights in a week, you should maintain your bracket. I'm not sure if that works properly. I haven't actually talked with anyone who's literally done 0 fights yet. And obviously we haven't ourselves ever, nor ever will. So I've never really gotten the chance to test it or chat with someone who has. So I have no clue if that works or not. But supposedly, based on the patch, if you do 0 battles in a week, you will maintain your rank. So if you wanted to like completely skip PvP for a week, you will not be punished by losing your rank. Supposedly. Not sure if that actually works or not though. But supposedly, if you do literally 0 PvP fights and exactly 0, you will maintain whatever rank you were, and you will not move down. Not sure if that actually works, but that is supposedly what it does, based on the patch notes from about a month ago. So yeah, that could be their strategy, potentially. They're burnt out on PvP after winning first place every week so far, and now they're just doing 0 to just maintain the rank. And skipping PvP this week. And I feel like a lot of people are skipping PvP this week if they are doing it that way, because of Vault Weekend this weekend. It's the reason why we're not going for top cut. Otherwise, I probably still would have. But the fact that we have Vault Weekend this weekend, that has priority over PvP, obviously. Also, what's going on here? I'm actually losing to the guy that does extra damage to reds, and I'm literally about to lose this whole fight. What on earth just happened? What's our game plan here? I can't deny every skull on the board right now. We got a problem. We literally just died to 1 unit. Oh, that didn't take us too long to get our 1 loss for the week. Yeah, we're already dead. It just hits us. We're dead. Well then. Gosh, Ruber... not Ruberaf. What's that thing called? That one red Guild War troop. Gosh, that thing is strong. Get out of jail free card, pretty much. That thing's like absurd in Guild War 2. That one red thing that just demolished our whole team. You give it a few skulls and it takes out an entire team. It's very dangerous. That one green war gear, not war gear, what's that one? That one null one's really annoying that way too. Ferocity was furious, I know, right? Yeah, he's really popular in Red Guild War days. And apparently even just a team of random junk just with him in first law is also pretty strong. Even with no skull spam follow-up or anything. Alright, luckily there's a lot of purple elves. Hopefully we see some here. Because our game plan at this point is just keep doing PvP until we've gotten all of our purple kills we need. That'll probably be enough PvP for today then. Because we're not really going that far with PvP this week. Our main goal is just get all pets, which is honestly our goal every single week except for last week. But our goal this week is just simply get all pets. And by all pets, I mean the ones that you get with silver marks, obviously. Because we are definitely not grinding out the gold ones. Actually, it's not even possible to grind them out. There's no infinite way to get gold marks currently in the game. They're all time-gated by really high rank and some other things. Alright, let's see, we'll take that one over. Get our thing. Do I have any alignment? No, I could do that, though. Let's take a purple for now. I'm gonna do whatever. Take a green. Get a poke off. I'll do whatever. Do we have alignment? Do we have alignment? Do we have alignment? Can you do something that gives us alignment? Let's take a purple. Actually, I'm gonna take a skull. It ain't denies every purple we have. Oh, you need to stop creating skulls so we can actually take some purple so we can go cast Secret. Maybe I should put Secret in a safer location. I assumed that having it in first slot wouldn't be that big a deal, but apparently it is. Luckily that thing is immune to web. One skull does not kill us. Multiple skulls will, though. One, no. Multiple, yes. So what is this battle turned into? I can't even do anything with this. I need that thing to cleanse so we can do something. There we go. I need 3 more to section. We'll take the super annoying one, just because if we get good starting board, we ought to win. We did indeed get good starting board. That is match. I was gonna keep killing that. And then just wait until we have yellow alignment for the blade. If we ever even get yellow alignment for the blade. There's a good chance we never get it. There we go, finally. As easy as that. Gosh, Doom Scythe, crazy. Honestly, all those Doom weapons are still some of the stronger ones. All those full AoE Doom Skull Convert ones. They were the first iteration of Doom weapons, and honestly, they're still some of the best in the game to this day. I don't feel like I use them as much these days, but they are still really good. And a few times we've actually brought it out in recent times. But they've never really gotten bad. I've just been using other things lately. And they're still among some of the best skull spam weapons in the game, too. Mostly due to the lack of skull spam weapons, though they have been adding more. We got that other one pretty recently. What does AoE stand for? Area of effect. But yeah, we had a really funny question about that in the past. Because someone did the phononic, or whatever you call that, whenever you like say like the pronunciation in like text form. Like, someone thought it was like AoE as in like a word AoE instead of the letters AoE. But yeah, it stands for area of effect. It basically just means anything that hits everything simultaneously. This is relevant in Gems of War because Submerge is an anti-AoE effect. So anything that hits all enemies is countered by Submerge specifically. So generally when I refer to something as AoE, it's under that category of attack. Yeah, phonetic. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Jamie. That would be the one. But, yeah, I'm generally just referring to anything that hits all enemies simultaneously. And generally, I'm referring to full AoE whenever I say it, as in something that hits the exact same amount of damage to everything. Because there's 2 different versions. One that do to all enemies, and ones that do to all enemies, but not necessarily full damage. So, for example, split damage is full AoE, but it is not full damage. Like these, that is at full damage to all, while also being full AoE. Let's see. But it's generally just referring to things countered by Submerge or not. It's just an easier way to denote them than say all enemies every single time. I'll throw that down. Hello, Rob. Welcome, welcome. You're homesick? Oh, I hope you get better soon. Oh, you're able to watch the stream because of it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in chat. But thanks for stopping by. Hope you get better soon. Oh, so hello, Beer Razor. Let's see. Have you been keeping up with the story pets? This campaign finishes them. Wait, does it? How? Because this is a repeat campaign. We also haven't had all of them yet. Unless I'm going crazy. Have we finished all the story pets? Because I'm still missing like 5. And this one's also a repeat one, so this one couldn't have finished it because we already had this event before. So I'm confused on both fronts. Because I'm pretty sure we're not finished with it. And this one is a repeat one, so it's impossible for this one to have finished it. Even if it did finish it. Because we've already had this event before. Yeah, I'm still missing like 5 story pets. We haven't had them all, right? Yeah, I'm still missing story pets too. And this is also a repeat one of one we've already had, so it's impossible that it finishes the thing. But yeah, we're still missing like 5, I think. We're missing, Cinder Mirage, Mergrim Woods. I know for sure Swords Edge has not gotten an event. Kaziel, and Shentang. So we're still missing 5. Now, that's one of these I missed. But, otherwise we should be missing exactly 5. Assuming I got them all. And this is actually the second time we've had, this current event week for, Vulpecia. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Vulpecia was actually the first time we've ever had one. Oh, over the next 10 weeks we finish it. Never mind, I misread that then. I read that as in we're already there. But, that makes sense. Over the next 10 weeks sounds about right. I haven't actually looked forward that far, but that does sound correct. Oh, good. I actually did move it back correctly. I was doing that to change the dimensions because I accidentally changed the dimensions, but apparently it moved back on its own. Or not moved back on its own, but when I dragged it, it was actually perfect. But yeah, over this campaign, we'll finish it. Okay, I misread that then. So over the course of this campaign, we'll have them all finished. Not as of this week. Alright, that makes sense. How do I have every single mythic? Mostly from playing this game for forever. Though even without doing that, I think it takes about a few years to get every mythic. Getting everything except every mythic takes about a year if you really power grind through it over a course of a year. But getting all mythics does take a little bit longer. As getting your last like 10 to 20 mythics is probably the hardest part. Like getting your first half's honestly not that hard. The problem is after you have like 60 mythics, getting like the other half starts to become the hard part. Particularly when you only need like 30 or less left. Because each individual one starts to get harder and harder to get. Because you have to either event key for them, and even that could become inconsistent. You have to diamond for them. But that's a relatively scarce commodity as you're progressing through the game. So it does get a little bit harder to get those last several. But you do eventually reach a point where you go for like every new mythic so that you catch up completely. Because it's better to get a mythic that is brand new that isn't that good rather than getting a duplicate of one you already have. So once you have more than half the mythics in the game, you tend to always go for any new mythic that ever gets added. As it's just more convenient to not need to go get it in the future. Especially the ones like right now that are in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests. Whenever there's a singular mythic like that exclusive, it's always worth going for later in the game. Because it's better to get it while it's guaranteed rather than waiting and trying to get it through like diamonds or something later when you should be using it on other stuff later on. I would say in the current state of the game, it probably takes like 2 to 3 years to get all mythics, but you can have most everything in the game by year 1 with enough grind, particularly Vault events, and being in a half-decent guild. But you can have most useful things like all legends, a good number of mythics and stuff like that by year 1. But getting 100% mythic completion, I think, is like a 3-year thing at this point. Also because diamonds are pretty time-gated. While they are infinitely farmable through vault events and a few other things, it's normally your biggest bottleneck in finishing all mythics, I would say, in the current state of the game. While you can event keys and a few other mechanics, diamonds are just the best thing to bypass it. As 4,000 diamonds just gets you any one mythic you want in the entire game. Making it the easiest thing to get whatever you're missing. One more. I was gonna say, I feel like we've finished this category yet. Apparently not. Yeah, it is ideal to get every weapon before you get every mythic with diamonds. There are a few mythics that you want to prioritize with diamonds super early on. But yeah, weapons take a while to rotate. There are some weapons that have gone like a year and a half without rotating before. So it is generally a good idea to prioritize weapons. Because mythics rotate, every single mythic in Soulforge rotates in the current state of the game about once every 4 months. 3 to 4 months with how many there are currently in the game. Whereas every weapon in the game rotates closer to like a year, year and a half. Because you need every event to roll over. So yeah, if you do want to do like full completionist stuff, you do actually want to prioritize weapons pretty early. As it can take upwards of a year for some weapons to rotate back. Most of them not that relevant. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. But from a completionist standpoint, it takes forever for them to rotate. I'm not sure if they're ever going to change that with how Soulforge works and everything. But if you're not going to spend money on them when there's like a flash offer for them or something else, it takes forever for them to rotate for in-game resources. They're actually the longest rotating thing in the entire game. And what's even worse is some of those weapons that you only get on Tuesday faction events are only available for 1 single day. And sometimes it's only 1 single day every year or year and a half. Which makes it really annoying to get some of them. For example, the faction weapon tomorrow for the Volpacia faction, for the Court of Foxes. That one might not be available again for like another 7 months for 1 single day. Hey, we finally got our objective. So getting those is like super, super high priority. As well as technically all the weapons from Soulforge, but particularly the Tuesday ones. As they are sometimes available 1 day out of a year. Which makes them kind of annoying to get. Though a lot of them aren't that useful. Like the Court of Foxes one, I'm pretty sure it's completely irrelevant, but from a completionist standpoint, it is kind of annoying to get them. Alright, I'll take that one over. Though in the current state of the game, you do actually have to spend money to full complete weapons. You do not, as well as pets. However, you don't have to spend any money to full complete troops. Troops, I believe, is the only category in the entire game where it is actually possible to 100% free to play. Like, you can get every single troop, eventually, in the entire game without ever spending a cent. However, that is currently not possible for weapons or for pets. As there have been pets so far that have been basically money locked, as well as weapons that have essentially been money locked. At least in the current state of the game if you didn't get them back in the day. Technically, weapons is theoretically possible to have had 100% completion on without spending a cent. Only if you've been playing this game since like 2014. But otherwise, which is almost no one. It does include us, but you know, most people haven't been free to play since then. Like, most people have spent like some amount of money since then. But yeah, the only way to have full weapon completion without spending a cent was to have gotten every single weapon since 2014 when they released. And the only way to have pet completion is actually it's impossible to have it completed without spending money. There have been some of them that have been money only. So the only category really in the entire game, well, I guess other than banners and classes and stuff like that, but as far as like, you know, the big collections, the only one of these that is 100% doable with 0 cents is troops. It's the troop category. Every single one of these at some point will become 100% free. Or, you know, not 100% free, but, you know, obtainable through in-game resources. Weapons, most of them have been. Like 98% of all weapons have been available. Well, 100% of them have been available for free at some point. And 99% of them, 98% of them or so are available for free right now. It's just that few percent that are money locked. It's mostly one $5 money locked weapon per kingdom, I believe it is. And then pets are weird in between. They're like a pure ball of chaos. Pets are, if you're trying to play free to play, you will never have 100% pet completion. It's physically impossible. Pets, there's just been so many ways that you get them. Luckily, most of them are cosmetic. Every single pet that gives you any amount of stats is available and will always be available at some point in the game for free, or, you know, through in-game actions. However, There's a lot of cosmetic ones that are very hard to get. That have either always been money locked or partially money locked or just have a really weird objective as far as getting them. It's been a really weird category. I think out of any category of any collectible in the game, pets are probably the weirdest one. I really hope they get a rework at some point. I also wish they cycled in Soulforge. They're the only resource out of all the ones I just mentioned that do not appear in Soulforge. Troops do, like Legends and Mythics, and technically even some of the lower rarity ones if you do the Summoning Stones. Weapons do, obviously. But there's no pet section. I've always been surprised by this, that we don't have like a rotating pet section or something. I'm not sure if they're ever going to update that. But it makes pets one of the most annoying things to try to get. It's the reason why we have so many non-max pets as well. There isn't really a proper system in the game to target them. Other than like one offer that comes up occasionally for like a various pet. I just realized, trying to sell me a weapon I don't have right now. I don't want that. What weapon am I missing? Isn't that the one we literally get on the paid side to pass? Actually, now that I think about it, how do you get this weapon? Does anyone know how to get this weapon? How do you actually get this weapon in game? The Midnight Terror. Because I don't think it's in the Kingdom Pass. It's an 8 mana cost blue weapon. Oh, I know what this is from. I know what this is from. When you initially do the Kingdom, before you finish the Kingdom, I didn't notice it because I was reading through the Kingdom the whole time. There's an offer here for like 10 bucks. It gives you a weapon, a troop, and a few other resources. You should never buy it. It's not worth it. I think that's what that was. Before you complete out the Kingdom, there's like a $10 offer with every single Kingdom that you could do, or $5, whatever it is. And I didn't notice it because I was just reading the quest line the whole time. But yeah, I think that's what it's from. That will be available for free in Soulforge eventually during a Midnight Kingdom. But it will not happen during the Kingdom Pass. So we might have to wait at least like a month or two before we see it. Because I don't think the next Midnight event that we have in like 2 weeks from now will count. Or a week from now. Actually, I think it's literally next week. I don't think that one will be able to get it. But I think the Midnight event after the next Midnight event will be able to get it in Soulforge for free. Or, you know, not literally for free, but, you know, like that amount of resources, basically. Actually, even cheaper than that. It'd be closer to this amount of resources. Actually, it will literally be this. It should cost exactly 75 diamonds, 3,000 souls, 300 sapphires, and 3 celestials. Because it was a blue weapon. But yeah, it'll have this exact cost in 2 Midnight events from now. Not next Midnight event, most likely, but the Midnight event after next Midnight event. You should be able to get it in Soulforge for this amount of cost. For free. Well, you know, basically for free. So there's no point in spending $5 or $10 for it now. You just wait like a month or two and it's free. Let's see. Yeah, any other questions? Wait, how are you stuck on Midnight? You mean the Kingdom quest line or something else? Any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, I think we might be ending it here. We got most of our goals done. Obviously, we're not going to be super grinding PvP this week, but our main goal for PvP is don't hit the demotion zone, which based on our bracket right now seems pretty easy to go do. And the other big goal we have is... Oh, I just realized. Can I claim my 1,000? Ooh, I can. Oh, I don't want to do the booster, though. Ooh! We can double claim our 1,000 if this still works. We're actually right at that threshold. I feel tempted to click it and just waste the boosters. Because there's no way I'm going to go do that for an hour right now. But that means I kind of have to do no PvP during the day tomorrow if we want to do it like first thing on stream tomorrow or whatever we do. Maybe not first thing, but obviously we have the faction event and everything. But our main goal for PvP this week is mostly to go get the silver mark grind done. We basically got halfway. Halfway's 375. Close enough. It's basically halfway. But yeah, we need 1,500 silver marks this week. So that'll be our main goal. We're 1/5 the way there right now, so we're almost there. Please build a Sword's Edge team. My advice for Sword's Edge is don't. I highly, 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 highly advise you skip Sword's Edge. Whatever one you're currently skipping, skip Sword's Edge instead. It is by far the worst location we've had available for PvP yet. And every team is bad. There's not a single good Sword's Edge team. Even if you have the mythics there to hit full AoE, they're just so slow. Your question is, why are you not getting hello? I said hello to you, Lester. Even Tyrion doesn't get this treatment. I said hello to Tyrion, too. Let's see. We could test if the gold boost works. True, but I don't want to do a whole hour of boost right now. We'll do that at some point tomorrow's stream. Or even during the day tomorrow off stream, we'll see. I'll probably just save it for tomorrow's stream. That doesn't mean I have to do no PvP up until then to see if the 1,000 thingy still works. Lester, that is definitely you. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will catch you guys soon. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always. Hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll mostly be focusing on the faction event for the Court of Foxes, as well as probably an hour of PvP to go use the boosters, and we'll probably test it and explore and everything too. Let's see. Wait, that was a test just to see that we didn't really read chat. Wait, what? I'm confused. Also, hello Genki, and goodbye. Also, hello Emernator for dinner. Wait, what did I not read from his thing? I must have misread it or something. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.